This is the Phillies Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Philadelphia Phillies. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
All right, I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret here. All right, first off, I'm running it back. All right, I can't go on vacation after what happened with the previous attempt to try to do this show. So we did a show already. This is the second time I'm doing the postcast tonight. And I didn't even see in the comments, people were telling me my mic wasn't on. Everything was on. Everything was up and running. I don't know what happened. And I can't leave on that note. I can't have the same performance as the Phillies offense had tonight. You know what I mean? So I'm not leaving on that note. I'm running it back, baby. That's what's going down. Welcome into Locked On Phillies Postcast. My name is Mark Farzetta. This is the Locked On Phillies YouTube channel. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. Make sure you guys are following Connor Thomas as well for all his Locked On Phillies daily content with all the podcast and content he cranks out for you wonderful Phillies fans out there. Phillies, unfortunately, take it on the chin to the Washington Nationals with a 4-2 loss. They do not get their fifth win in a row. Would have been awesome if they did, but they didn't. They did not get a sweep. Would have been awesome if they did, but they didn't. They what they do, unfortunately, what we knew yesterday was that they got their second series win in a row. It has been more than a minute since we have seen the Phillies do that, so it is good that they at least put back-to-back series wins together there. You'll love to see that from them. Let's start it off with three big things. Number one, the first thing that really jumps out in this mind is, yes, Bryce Harper had a horrible error in the sixth inning that led to all 4 runs being scored by the Washington Nationals. All 4 runs they had tonight all came in that atrocious sixth inning. Yeah, you can look at Bryce Harper for not being able to field that ball. But one thing I want to focus on tonight, I have given a lot of credit to Nick Castellanos for looking a little bit more fleet of foot this year, up until recently. And a perfect shining example of that is I don't know what he was doing in the sixth inning when that ball got by Bryce Harper, but something took forever. Something might have been holding him back. I don't know if Johan Rojas had a lasso around him, but it took forever to get that ball out of the corner. And the next thing you know, you see the guys running around the bases. You got a guy scoring from first. It was absolutely bonkers. Lowe scored from first. That's not supposed to happen, but he did. Now, that's number one. Oh, so one more example of Nick Castellanos being slow as anything. Nick Castellanos, later in the ballgame there, you see him come up to the plate in the 8th inning, and I thought this 8th inning was going to be the turning point of the game. You got Trey Turner coming up, swinging a red-hot bat. Let's make it happen. Then you got Bryce Harper coming up. He's going to break out of it any second. Let's go. Kyle Schwarber coming up. If you're going to get a 2-run home run, a bloop and a blast, if you will, this is the inning. It's going to happen. So in the 8th inning, Trey Turner leads off with a single. 3rd hit of the game. Good on Trey Turner. Now 3 multi-hit games out of his last 4. Now 3 games really with 3 or more hits in his last 4 games. So that's pretty good. He leads off that inning with a single. Bryce Harper lines out to left field on a changeup away. Puts the barrel of the bat out there. Unfortunately, doesn't put good wood on it. And that was that. Then Kyle Schwarber steps up, works a walk. Goes up in the count 3-0. It eventually goes 3-2. He works the walk. Good for him. Lopez pitching for the Nationals, getting frustrated with the strike zone. Maybe you're getting to him a little bit. You get a first and second with 1 out scenario. Nick Castellanos steps up and grounds into the 5-4-3 double play. Now, when I saw the ball end up in who's it? Wood's hands there at third base, tennis hands at third base. I went, this is probably going to end the inning. They go around the horn, 5, 4, 3, and then Nick Castellanos is crossing, first base. I don't know if he's got an equipment bag full to the brim with batting donuts, if they even use those anymore. I don't know what, but he took forever to get down the first base line again. And that's where I kind of thought hope was lost, that the Phillies were not going to be completing the sweep of the Washington Nationals. That's just number one. Nick Castellanos being slow as anything, number one. Number 2, Bryce Harper struggles. Bryce Harper struggles at the plate with lack of power right now. He got a hit tonight. That's great. But if there was ever a time for him to really just demolish a baseball. It would have been in that inning as well after Trey Turner led off with a single, and he could have tied things up and put a little extra lightning into the Citizens Bank crowd down there in South Philadelphia. But instead of that happening, he had, even though he had a hit tonight, he still had his first error of the season on a ball that he clearly should have had. And it led to, instead of maybe a 1-run inning today for the Nationals, ended up being a 4-run 6th inning for the Nationals, and the Phillies could not overcome a 2-run deficit. Later in that inning, I mean, I mentioned the 3 runs that were scored, but that made it a 4-1 ball game in favor of the Nationals. I don't know if the ball skipped. It looked like John Kruk did say during the broadcast tonight that he thought the ball skipped on the lip of the grass. I don't know if that's what happened. The only evidence I think that is to support that is that Bryce Harper seemed like he was getting in position for a bit of a hop. He didn't get that. I thought he was also a little late reacting to it, and it led to a 4-run inning there. So not good. Not good there for Bryce Harper. A heck of a time to pick a spot to be your first error of the season, and that's the way that went down. Number 3. Taijuan Walker has pitched. Look, last year is no year to try to replicate by any means. Yeah, right? That should not be the bar in which we measure Taijuan Walker. But with that being said, he's pitched better than he did a year ago. He's pitched better. I mean, it took 10 1/3 innings for him to even allow a run this year. All right, good. Is he still kind of living off that right now for his ERA? Yeah, let's say a little bit. But all in all, Taijuan Walker went out there and for 5 2/3 pitched his butt off tonight for this team. He had a miraculous play, really 2 great plays in this game. One was the first out recorded off C.J. Abrams' bat that Taijuan Walker is able to get to, hustles over to it, flicks it with his glove over to Bryce Harper at first base, who bare hands the toss to record the first out of the game. Awesome play. Awesome play. Might be seeing that one on top 10. You know what I'm saying? Then later in the game, I think it was even part of that 6-run, that 4-run 6th inning, he gets a ball hit off his leg, and he makes a great stop on it to get it out in that inning. His second out of the inning. First out of the inning off the bat of Wood there. Yeah, that's the one that was hit off his leg. He stays with it, makes the out. They have the mound visit. He stays in the game. And then a couple of batters later, he's out. A Bryce Harper error later, he's out. 4 runs, score after that. And that was that. He pitched his butt off. Orion Kerkering came in later in that 6th inning. Orion Kerkering really didn't do anything that pissed me off, particularly in this game, but he got a strikeout. The only unfortunate thing is that it happened after Rafael Marchand threw a ball into center field for another run to score. I don't know if the Nationals had the double steal on or not. That wasn't indicated on the broadcast, and the camera angle wasn't provided. So I don't know. But it looked like, at least during the course of action, that error, that run scored courtesy of Rafael Marchand. So you had a throwing error by your catcher allowing a run to score. And then you have Bryce Harper recording his first error of the season to make that 6th inning just go absolutely out of control. Feel bad for Taijuan Walker on a Saturday tonight. And I'm not going to say that many times, but I do feel bad for him tonight. I mean, that's just awful timing, unfortunately. Look, is it his fault he gave up the leadoff double to Walker? Sure. Is it his fault that he left a 2-2 splitter up in the zone to Lowe for an RBI single to make it a 1-1 game? Sure. But 4 runs crossing the plate in that inning in total, another 2 runs scoring in that inning in total, that ain't on Taijuan Walker. That's on your defense. And they did not show up tonight to try to help Taijuan Walker when he's trying to log you at the very worst a quality start. 6 innings of what would have been maybe 1-run, 2-run baseball. That would have been pretty good for Taijuan Walker. Not to be tonight, unfortunately. So the Phillies go on to take that 4-2 loss. I will say, if I got to name a player of the game, you saw another 3-hit night, like I mentioned, from Trey Turner. Good to see that from him. He has been very consistent for this Phillies ball club as of late. So love that for him. You want to see him keep it going. You also see his batting average get up to about 298 now on the season, which is also great. One guy that was disappointing tonight, unfortunately, was Bryson Stott. Bryson Stott struggled big time in the game tonight. Really never find a slot. He was great defensively. I will give him that. He made a fantastic play to record the second out of the 6th inning. And that was a great diving play he made to his left to get the second out. And then Dylan Cruz steps up to the plate after that. Taijuan Walker faces him and walks him. There is no excuse to walk Dylan Cruz. If you're a member of the Phillies pitching staff, you do not walk Dylan Cruz. You can throw a grapefruit on the middle of the plate. He ain't going to hit it, man. But in this instance, he walks. They take Walker out. They bring Kerkering in. Kerkering pitches. He gets one out. He strikes the guy out. But still, a run scores because of the error by Rafael Marchand. No bueno. Don't like that one. So, yeah, Phillies take the 4-2 loss. When we come back, we're going to take a look at Bryce Harper's at-bats. When we come back, we're also going to take a look at what the Phillies had going on, especially when it came to the player of the game, when it came to what you'll be talking about tomorrow, and also when it came to the turning point of this game, because there's actually two instances I really looked at. One that I really thought the Phillies were going to make something happen and be their last hurrah, if you will. And the other was just a classic chase rate moment for your Philadelphia Phillies. That's when we'll return. Well, on Locked On Phillies Postcast on the Locked On Phillies YouTube channel. Back after this. Let's talk about Amazon, baby. Amazon Fire TV. Hopefully you guys are taking advantage of all they have to offer. And oh my goodness gracious, it's a lot. Did you know that your Fire TV is also an Xbox? You can turn your TV into your gaming and entertainment hub with Fire TV Stick 4K devices. No console required. Just grab your paired controller, subscribe, and sign in into your Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with EA Play included, and you're ready to go. Dive into hundreds of premium titles, including EA Sports College Football 25 and a Call of Duty, as easy as you stream your favorite shows. It's absolutely incredible. What if you could jump into your favorite Xbox titles without needing your console in every room? Do you game a lot? When you go traveling, do you want to game? Hotels, family visits, whatever the case might be. It's like taking your Xbox without taking your Xbox. It's that fantastic. How do you currently stream your content? You know what I'm saying? How much smoother could it be? How much faster could it be? With 4K ready streaming stick, it's fantastic. Head to Amazon.com/Fire TV Locked On. That's Amazon.com/Fire TV Locked On to get started. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscription and compatible controller required. Available on select devices, including Fire TV Stick 4K second generation, Fire TV Stick 4K Max first and second generation, and Fire TV Cube third generation. Take advantage of all their offer at Amazon.com/Fire TV Locked On. And how about Monarch Money? Let's take advantage of all they're talking about with Monarch Money. Ever check a bank account and go, where'd the money go? That's where Monarch Money comes in. Your personal CFO giving you full visibility and control over your finances. Monarch Money isn't just about budgeting. It's not just a budgeting app. It's so much more than that. It's a complete financial command center. You can track all your accounts, investments, and spending in one place. So stop just managing your money and start building wealth. Surprising insights you might find with Monarch Money is just how much money you're spending on food delivery. I know I make that mistake every now and again. Instead of juggling multiple apps, you could just use Monarch Money to check your finances, track your spending, and even plan long-term goals. Maybe you just got married. Maybe you just combine finances with your partner. Monarch Money has you covered when it comes to tracking shared account, personal accounts, set goals for yourselves, and all that. So take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use promo code LOCKEDONMLB. That's promo code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com. That's monarchmoney.com with promo code LOCKEDONMLB for half off your first year. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Talking all things Phillies here. And before we go any further, let's get into your player of the game.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
I absolutely have to go Trey Turner for what he was able to bring to the table for the Phillies again today. Every time he was up there, he was giving you a chance to get runners in scoring position, get a rally going, and it just didn't work out beyond that. 3 hits for him today, as I mentioned earlier. Now 3 out of his last 4 games, he has at least 3 hits. That's the sign of somebody getting hot. 298 batting average now in the season. You love to see it. As far as a turning point, I felt like there was
time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Excuse me. There's one definitive turning point, and then there's other, I'll call them WTH moments, okay? The turning point of this game was the 6th inning. That was the turning point of the game. When the Nationals only score 4 runs in a game, and all 4 of those runs came in the 6th inning, I'd be a fool to choose anything other than the 6th inning. However, there's 2 other instances that really, well, it grind my gears, okay? These are the instances. Bottom of the 2nd inning, bottom of the 6th inning. Phillies are down 4-1 in that inning. Nick Castellanos steps up to the plate, gets an RBI single off of Ferrer at the pitcher's mound there, beats it out. Good for him. High chopper, went up to the clouds. Castellanos just barely able to beat it out, but he beat it out. 4-2. This is the ballgame. Kepler steps up, strikes out, looking at a changeup away, questionable strike zone there, whatever. It was a little erratic all night, but whatever. Alec Bohm then steps up to the plate. Alec Bohm gets a full count against Ferrer. Alec Bohm gets a changeup that was never a strike, and he swings at it like it's a fastball. That's not good. That's a big moment of the game. You got ducks on the pond. You had a 2nd and 3rd with 1 out situation. Castellanos was able to bring in a run. You have now 2 runners on with Alec Bohm at the plate. Make something happen for yourself. And he goes fishing. First off, Kepler goes down looking. That's not good. Alec Bohm, the last chance in that inning, unfortunately, gets into a 3-2 count where he showed patience, I thought, and then just had a horrible swing at an ugly pitch. That ain't good. Other than that, the other instance I look at is the 5-4-3 double play that I already talked about when it came to Nick Castellanos not getting it done in the 8th inning. And that was that. As far as what you'll be talking about tomorrow,
this is what you'll be talking about.
No doubt in my mind, what you'll be talking about tomorrow is Phillies not being able to complete the sweep. Phillies welcoming the Diamondbacks. How do the Phillies not get more runs in the 6th inning? How do the Phillies not get more runs in the 8th inning, or a run in the 8th inning? And Taijuan Walker, hopefully you'll be talking about Taijuan Walker's miraculous play to get this game started. That's what I hope you'll be breaking down tomorrow. Let's get into the chat check and see how you guys are doing. Jeremy, I like to think you knew I was coming back after the technical error. There's a famous clip of Mike Francesa where he's screaming at the top of his lungs, "Turn my mic on." Go on vacation already. This game is not worth reading. I can't go on vacation and relax having a terrible episode out there. I can't do that. You know what I mean? Technical difficulty. Can't do it. Okay, time. Taiwan Walker, stat-wise, technically, it's not Walker's fault, allowing only 1 earned run. This Phillies defense needs to improve. Yes, I agree. But we are on the same page here. How does Topper not use Weston Wilson for Max Kepler in the 6th inning? That's a good point. You're still facing Lloyd. They didn't make a pitching change, I don't think. Lloyd finished that, didn't he? Oh, no, it was Ferrer in the game at that point. You're right. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good point. Tinker Topper didn't tinker. Harper blew the game for Walker. I agree. Mad Max had been going well. He had to do it, hit a fly ball. Unfortunately, failed to do so. Common theme with this team. It certainly feels like that. Joseph Brennan, hello again. Kepler sits versus lefties, but in the biggest moment, you don't pinch hit. Makes no sense. I concur. Was terrible. Yeah, I agree, Joseph. I agree. Marco Villanova. Hello, Marco. Last night, the Phillies got lucky. They should have lost that game. And this, which makes Phillies one of the worst. This is what makes the Phillies one of the worst teams in the league. I didn't think the Phillies got lucky last night. I thought the Phillies did what they were supposed to do last night. I'm not going to look at this loss today and have it affect the loss or the win yesterday. Jeremy Van Skyver. Again, he's a professional hitter. I love that term. Absolutely love that term. Oh, hey, Jess Patrick. There you go. Jess Patrick. Didn't even look at the scoreboard. Diamondbacks won again against the Metropolitans. They're now 17-14 on the season. How about that? Wasn't that the score of yesterday's game, too? Wasn't it 4-2? Or was it 4-3? It was 4-3 yesterday. All right. There you go. Come on down to South Broad, Diamondbacks. Appreciate everybody in the chat. You guys are great as per usual. Thanks for those that watched both shows. God bless you for watching the first one. That was a debacle, already deleted. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Now I go on vacation. I'll be back with you guys on Tuesday. I believe the Phillies are going to be on the road against Tampa Bay Rays then, so I look forward to talking Phillies baseball with you guys then. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Make sure you guys hit like and subscribe on the Locked On Phillies YouTube channel for both your Phillies postcasts and what Connor Thomas gives you each and every day on your Locked On Phillies podcast, that is. Thanks, everyone. Catch you later. Bye.